Hello, everybody. Welcome to our show, Reset.
Reset.
And I'm very excited to be here tonight with my co-host, Jacqui.
Hi, everyone.
We've got a great guest for you tonight, somebody who brings the energy, who brings the excitement and the motivation. So I hope you guys hold on to your seats, but not for too long, because you'll probably have us up and moving and exercising before you know it. He is the master himself of no excuses. He is the one, the only Dr. Oz's personal trainer, Donovan Green. Donovan, welcome to our show, Reset.
Oh, man, it's good to be here, baby. I feel like I'm resetting already. Like, wait a minute, where do I press the button? It's great.
We are very excited to have you, Donovan.
I'm so excited, Donovan.
And Jacqui, I believe you have a story for him, right?
I had the best day today, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to tell Donovan. So I was at the gym early this morning, and I'll give a shout out to my trainer, Georgie from Body Culture. And I did pull-ups on my own.
What? Let's give that girl
Hold on a second.
The littlest band, but I did 4 rounds, 10 each. And I think I'm starting to get some pipes.
Wait a minute. Is those guns I'm looking at? I hope you have some license for that damn thing. Wait a minute. This
is my struggle. And I felt like I climbed over a mountain because I have these tiny little arms. And I could never do a pull-up.
Well,
wow.
Never say never.
No, I did it.
And not only that, what a metaphor for life. You know, she was telling me earlier.
Yeah.
She was talking about pulling herself up. And I said, wow, that's a reset.
Yeah.
Reset is all about pulling yourself up from that place.
Yeah, pulling yourself up from that place. Mm-hmm. And I mean, obviously I've done that, but now I literally did it in the gym.
Yo, you know what's interesting? I think that's a very good analogy, right? Is pulling yourself up from that place. In life, that's why so many people are so afraid of success, is the hard work that it takes to get there. And a pull-up to me is, you know, people say, yo, D, how much can you bench press? How much can you squat? How much can you blah, blah, blah? And I said, don't ask me that question. That doesn't test my strength. Ask me how many pull-ups I can actually do, because a pull-up really is a test of character. So, girl, you done blew up your character today, and you done overcame something where you definitely hit that reset button. Now, you don't need some Epsom salt, some hot water, a bathtub, and you're going to have to soak.
Speaking of resetting and pulling yourself up, right?
Yeah.
You've done that in your life.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you had options. You could have been in a gang, and you could have, allowed yourself to succumb to your environment.
Yep.
Chose a different path. Can you tell us about that whole journey and what that was like for you? I mean, people know you're from the boogie down, right?
Yeah. From the boogie down. Big up Jamaican people, them, so Jamaica we're there now. They were like, what did he just say? I said, respect my Jamaican people. I'm here. So basically I got here in 84. I came from Jamaica. When I got here, let me tell you something. Drugs was like one of the biggest things. We got to see gangs. I got to see murders, robberies. I mean, I experienced a lot. My little sister and I used to actually walk around and collect these little crack valves, because there were these bright colors, the yellow tops, the red tops, the green tops, and we see who collected the most colors. Had no idea that this was drugs. We were just collecting them like little kids, we're innocent. And I look back at that moment, I'm like, wow, that could have went wrong, because we could have opened up a little valve, a little bit of crack left behind. Let's see what happens if I taste it.
Wow.
Whoa! That could have went totally different. Yeah. And I remember being in the park with my buddies and hanging out one summer, and I heard boom, 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 boom. And everybody started scattering. You see some guys shooting at this dude. This guy's running. He gets shot in his chest, and this guy just drops on the ground. Still alive. We go over to him and trying to help him out. You see his chest expanding. And, at this time, I mean, we're young guys. We're not grown-ups and everything.
You remember how old you were?
Yeah, how old were you?
At the time, I was 14 years old at the time. When that happened, when that incident happened, the first death I saw, I think I was probably 10 or 12 when I saw the first person get killed, which was a guy that stabbed his wife in the back. But I don't want to be too violent.
Actually witnessed that?
Yeah. Witnessed a guy stabbing his wife in the back.
In the apartment building or in the street?
No, this was outside on the streets. But I don't want to get your listeners to feel like, oh my gosh, it's so violent. No. We're going to come to a beautiful spot real quick. Let's keep it positive, right? So, you know, as a child, I'm looking back in my life now. I'm like, wow, that direction could have went very differently. I started learning how to,
the impact of just seeing something like that.
Oh my gosh, as a little child,
did you have nightmares after you saw that as a kid? Do you remember?
You know what's funny? No, I didn't have nightmares at all. I always, as far back as I could remember, I have always been that guy that looks at life as experiences. So people say, what do you regret in your life? I tell them nothing, absolutely nothing. Everything is an experience. Was it meant for me to see that day? Yeah. Was it meant for me to hear the gunshots? Yeah. I mean, everything in our life is an experience, and it's how you take that experience, right? You look at the experience and say, well, you know what? I'm going to become a gang member because I grew up around the guns and I grew up around the drugs. So therefore I become a product of the environment. No, I could have done that, but I chose not to. I created the product of the environment. I created the mindset, the mind shift, the reset. I did all of that, which led me to where I'm at right now. You know, because I was never afraid to be the cool guy. I was never afraid to be the musician. I played baritone. I played trombone in junior high school. In high school, I was a French student. Don't ask me to speak French right now, though, because I totally forgot a lot of the words. Only thing I remember is Je parle Donovan.
Because then it makes sense.
You're better than me. but you see, like what we're doing right now, guys, how we're having fun.
Yes.
That's what I realized in my life, that I prefer to have fun. You know, and like when people see me, they ask me, how are you so positive? I tell them, you know what? It's because when I choose something that I want to do, I give it my all. So I knew for a fact that if I chose to become a gang member, I would have been the best gang member in the world. Like I would become the most ruthless guy in the world. So I knew that would have required a lot of bad things to be done, right? And then I said, wait a minute, but I want to be one of the best guy in the world. So I chose that path, and that path has been leading me exactly where I'm at right now.
There's a story you tell that I think is very important to your journey. It's the story you tell about being in the gym and the guy that wanted to fight you. Oh. Now, people don't know how far we go back. I mean,
yeah.
Way back in the time.
Way back. Way back.
But yeah, tell that story, because I think it's a fantastic example of just some of the things that you're talking about now and this whole reset process.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're talking about one of my good buddies, Diamond. You know, when Diamond and I connected, let me just tell you the story real quick. I remember being on a train, on the 5 train, heading back uptown, and I saw this big monster guy on the train getting angry at some guy, and he punched the glass, and cracked the glass. This guy was 265 at the time, 6'5" in height. I'm 6'2", I'm 200 pounds. This guy made me feel like a Smurf, okay? Like, hello, sir. My name is Donovan, right? And let me tell you, I didn't think about it that day. So I'm in a barbershop one day. Below the barbershop, we had a martial arts studio.
Barber.
Yeah, I was a barber. I really fit the Jamaican stereotype.
I had a job.
50 jobs. I fit the stereotype of a Jamaican. So somebody run downstairs, and we had a dojo underneath the barbershop. It was like a little gym, and we're doing martial arts studying. And somebody said, yo, D, come upstairs. There's a guy that want to beat up the barber. So I come upstairs, and I see the same big guy that was on the train. I'm like, well, good luck. Call the cops. I'm going back downstairs. I'm pretend like I ain't see nothing, right? So I had to go back upstairs, man. Yeah, I had to be as real as possible. Went in the barbershop, started trying to talk to this gentleman. And the more I tried to talk to him nicely, the more upset he got. Like, you know, it's like, you know, be nice. So he's going to feed on that niceness and become upset. He gets on the phone and calls some guy to the gym, to the barbershop. Yo, bring the hammer. The hammer is another term used for a gun. And if a lot of people don't know what that is. So I said, what? So I flipped my switch too. I was like, wait a minute. You just call somebody to say, bring a gun? First of all, I got my family coming here. I got customers coming here. I got more people coming. You're going to bring a gun because of a haircut? Let's go outside because I'm going to tear your little butt up. And this is what I told him. I was really serious at the time. So we go outside, and he comes outside. He see I wasn't playing at the time. And immediately, I had to rethink my strategy. Instead of being violent, I had to get down to his level first, show him that he can't bully me. But instead of it becoming a fight, we actually ended up becoming like brothers. I said, yo, wait a minute. Let me ask you a question. where you got that body from, bro? You're a big dude, man. And I think if you hit me, I'm going to shatter, right? So I'm putting some humor back into it, right? And I said, I'm opening a gym around the block, and I would love to show you the gym around the corner. He's a little hesitant at the time. And the energy that went from negative and, you know, rah, rah, Incredible Hulk, I'm going to smash you. It went from that to a much more positive mindset. And I asked him, I said, do me a favor. I really don't want nothing bad to happen out here. So get on the phone and just forget about tell the person that you called, forget about it, because we don't want it to go there. If it goes there, it's not going to be a pretty thing for you or for me. So he did that, walked him around the block, showed him the gym. And from that point on, he started coming to the gym piece by piece, and I started kind of testing his character. He would come in, pays $5 for the day, and he would use the bench press, leave the weights where they are. And I'm like, yo, my man, come here. Yo, you got to rack those weights, bro. You know, so I'm testing his character. He's a big guy, you know, but, you know, size don't matter to me. I said, yo, you come to this gym, you got to rack your weights, D. Rack them. So I'm starting to watch him, and he started respecting it more and more. And then I sat down with him, asked him about personal training, if he ever thought about becoming a trainer. He looks at me, he says, nah, you know, because he did a lot of time in jail. He said, I don't really have the energy or the education for that. I said, well, you got the body for it, and I got an education, so I'll be more than happy to educate you. Moving forward, and I hope I'm not boring you guys or your listeners with the story. Okay, great. So moving forward, I started teaching them personal training. Within that mindset, though, started teaching them spiritual training as well, how to start tapping into his love rather than his anger for everyone. So we're there bench pressing one day, and I'm like, yo, Diamond, come on, bro. I get a little emotional when I think about that, too, because it brings me back to that moment. And this guy is just like pushing the weight up. And I says, yo, my man, give me more. What are you doing? Give me more. And he racks the weight, gets up crying, shedding tears, turns around, gives me a hug. Yo, I love you, bro. And I'm looking at this damn, I'm like, man, you about to make me cry too, man. I started getting tears running out my eyes. You see two grown men hugging each other. I love you, man. I mean, if you walked to the gym at that moment, it wouldn't look so well, you know, like, what's going on? What's happening? But, you know, but what that showed me was that, like how I shifted my mindset, there's so many people out in the world who have that love vision within themselves, but they don't know how to tap into it by themselves. So we all need support somehow. We all need to back each other up somehow to pull somebody when they're falling, right? Hold them, catch them, don't push them. But, you know, make sure that that person is doing it on their own. All you're doing is just guiding them. You're not forcing them. So me and this guy became like great friends. We became brothers, man, like literally brothers. The same way brothers do. We went through a lot of arguments. We went through a lot of threats with each other. I'm going to bust your butt. Yo, come into the gym late again. Come to the gym late again. What should I do to you? Come late again. Come late again. So, you know, so it was just awesome. It was great. It was great.
That's great.
Is that the story?
Jacqui talks a lot about spiritual weight. So in her book, Reset.
I talk a lot about spiritual weight loss because it's exactly what you're saying. Like all the things that happen to us stick to us.
Yeah.
And then we grow and grow and grow. And it doesn't mean like we have to physically grow. You know, for me, I did. And that was part of like my excitement today with my
pull-ups.
Because it was just so wonderful.
That's an achievement.
Yes, it was, right?
Oh yeah. Me and George were like, oh my God, this is so amazing. But no, but the thing is like everything that people do to us sticks to us. And we carry that in our life. And if you don't lose that spiritual weight, if you don't break your shackles, you're never going to live your unique divine purpose. You're never going to do it because you're not going to be open to do it because you're going to be closed off and there's always going to be an excuse.
Yeah, I love you.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you too.
It's interesting that you use the word spiritual weight because one of the things I do when I'm doing motivational speaking is I'll get in front of an audience and I tell people, look, the first thing I see people come, they want to lose weight. And I tell them, what kind of weight do you want to lose? What do you want to lose? People say, I want to lose 20 pounds. But what kind of 20 pounds is it? Is it spiritual 20 pounds, a mental 20 pounds, emotional 20 pounds, right? Because everybody look at the physical. The physical is tangible, right? The physical is what you can see right now. You look in the mirror, you can see if I'm a little pudgy in my gut or, you know, my chest don't look right or my booty ain't that tight. Ooh, it's tangible. Well, what got you to the point to where you ain't that tight? What made you gain the 50 pounds extra? What added that, right? something broke. Those shackles that you mentioned, there's something holding you back. There's something, the chain disconnected. So with my clients, I talk to them about that. We need to reconnect the disconnected, right?
Yeah.
And I tell people like this. You need to disconnect from the internet and reconnect to your internet, right? Because the internet is what blinds us. The internet is loaded with information 24/7, 24/7. Look at that. You become a scientist from the internet, but you can become a scientist with too much knowledge to the point where you know nothing at all.
Right.
So spiritual weight is deep. I love the fact that you're doing that you're even mentioning that.
It's everything, because spiritual weight and spiritual weight loss is everything, because it all starts in our soul. And if we don't fix that, our spirits are way down, our souls are way down. And like, I can remember just like looking in the mirror and just being like dead. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're like, I don't know that girl anymore. You know what I mean? Where's my light? What happened?
Wow.
And why did I let it happen? And I think a lot of people feel that way, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of people feel that way.
Or they've been through that.
And they've been through it. And it's important. And I think that sometimes you can get better, but if you don't deal with that stuff and you don't deal with that spiritual weight loss, that is coming back, baby. And you're going to learn that lesson over and over and over until you really learn it.
Yeah. That's true.
What would you say is your biggest lesson in this process, in your own reset?
Yeah.
My reset was trusting people. Because Sifu, you know that you and I have been through pretty much very similar things, right? And it's like trusting people was one of the things where I invested time and money into so many different people that I was trying to help to do better in their lives. And at the end of the day, I got the stick in the butt, like, that hurt it. You know, it's like, what happened, guys? What the heck, man? And you know, you're wondering like, how is it that I'm helping so many people and I'm getting the same exact bad end of that stick? It's bad. So I went through a moment where I didn't want to help anybody anymore. I didn't want to be around people. I didn't even want friends. Like my wife would tell you, like people say, "Oh, Donovan, you're such a nice guy." I'm not a nice guy. I'm just a guy who's just very positive. You know, niceness is very different. You could be nice and be fake all day. I'm just one of those guys who's just real. I believe in love. I believe in taking charge in life, and I believe in pushing, right? But I just didn't want to be around people anymore. I went through that moment where I'm like, you know what? That's it. And I had to hit that reset button, and I had to learn how to trust people. And the way I started doing that was telling myself the only way you're going to trust people is to trust that people are going to be people.
Oh, yeah.
So you see, so it's not me trusting people. It's trusting the action that people are going to just be people. Yes. And if someone does something to you, it's not everybody else in the world. Because you're talking to a guy like this, right? Many years ago, I had long locks. I had really long locks. It's funny because even Dr. Oz, when I cut it off, he walked past me, didn't know who it was. He didn't know who his own trainer was. Right? I was like, "Damn it, it's me. It's Donovan." See, you remember when I cut my locks off? I chopped it off. Yeah. However, if it wasn't for my children and my wife and my mom, and of course, you know, people like yourselves, I would be living in Thailand in the mountains, chilling with my hair still growing, my beard puffy, because I'm that type of guy that love to be in a very quiet spot. But I had to hit that reset button and once again, learn how to trust people. Did I answer your question?
Yes.
I have something to say. I think that I've had the trust things a lot with people I've seriously loved, you know, ride or die people. And you can't even believe it. Money, all that stuff. But I think the disappointment comes when we expect people to be like us. Yeah. We expect the result of what we would do. So if you were like, Jacqui, can you help me with this and loan me this and I'll pay you back then? I'd be like, well, yeah, because I would do what I said. Yeah. And we expect people to do what they say and they don't always do that because we think they're like us and they're not. So it's that old thing. And in the Bible, it says it too, like, it's about expectations. You're not supposed to have expectations. Correct. But we have them anyway because we're human, you know? Yeah. And it's okay, but it's a hard lesson to learn. Yeah, it is. And it's a reset lesson. It's a reset lesson. And it's kind of like, know yourself, know who you're getting involved with, listen to your red flags.
Yep.
Because if you don't, they will hit you over the head.
Yep. Ow.
Yeah. So you're gonna have to pull yourself up.
There you go. There you go. That's what I'm talking about, girl.
And Donovan, you are really good at motivation. As a matter of fact, your book, No Excuses.
Yeah.
Awesome. If you haven't read it, you need to read it.
I read a little bit, I will be honest, but not the whole thing. I'm sorry.
Good job.
It's okay.
So
20 push-ups.
That whole no excuses concept.
What made you come up with no excuses?
You know, it's interesting. I love that question, right? Because I used to grow up and watch people fail around me all the time. Mm-hmm. I watch people try to push and work hard and do everything. I mean, people try to make more money, live in the American dream, right? And it's work, but they fail. They failed either at making more money or failed at making a stronger family, or they failed at, singing a song they wanted to sing. They failed. And some of them passed away and failed because they didn't get to share their gifts at all with the world. And when I opened up my gym in the Bronx in 2008, I was seeing, once again, more and more people failing. I'm like, wait a minute. Why are you using the word I can't? I can't do it because my legs are burning me. I can't lose the weight because blah, blah, blah. And I just kept hearing the words can't. So I decided to create a thing that said the words I can't do not exist or does not exist. We didn't know if it was do not or does not. So we made 2 different T-shirts and we had the word can't burning up like flames. And I'm saying, guys, every time I hear the word can't, everyone is going to drop. In the gym, the whole gym. If one person says the word can't, everyone is going to drop. I don't care if it's a granny. I'm 95 years old. Drop, granny. Give me 20 push-ups or something, woman. I don't want to hear nothing. So I started looking at that word. I'm like, wait a minute. You guys ain't got no excuses. You don't have no excuses. I hear people complaining that they don't have enough money, but you're driving a BMW, though. Yeah. Oh, I'm not making that much money, but you have food to eat. You have clothing on your back. So don't use that word. I don't want to hear no excuses from you, right? And I started really driving into that. And I realized the word no excuse had a lot of impact. It impacted people's mindsets. So when people come and tell me something, you remember the little Staples button, the easy button?
Yeah.
So I had the easy button. Yeah. Oh, that was easy, right? That was easy. I had the easy button at the very front of the gym, and people come in really upset. Now think about this. This is a low-income area, have a lot of gangs in the area. We had Bloods and Crips and cops in the same gym working out together. It was a very neutral spot, just to give you that environment. And people will come with problems and say, yo, do me a favor. Press the easy button. Take a deep breath and press the easy button. That was easy, right? I said, that's life. It's just life, right? So that's what really got me to start creating the no excuses concept. We did a test run on Dr. Oz on the website, and the no excuses series took off like crazy. I mean, even Oprah, her people loved it. The Dr. Oz promoters, the producers, they loved it. And we followed through, and I said, you know what? I'm going to make a book called No Excuses Fitness, which is implying many different things, not just about the physical workout, but about the mental workout, the emotional workout. What creates excuses is experiences, right? Either someone experienced something that they don't want to go back to it, or they're afraid of the experience of that something. They're afraid of failing. So excuses become this neutral zone for people. But I tell you one thing, if you want to have results, you cannot have it while you're making excuses. You have to choose one or the other. You want to feel better? You want to get that reset going on in your life? You want to find that breakthrough to your balance? You have to get rid of the excuses. If you're loaded with excuses, then nothing is going to happen. What they say in the Bible, you can't serve 2 gods, right?
Yeah.
You can't serve 2 gods. You can't have excuses and success all together.
You're right.
Woo! That was hot. That was hot. Yo.
This is how he is all the time.
Hold on a second.
I have a fan over there. I might need it.
Donovan, can we do that little thing you do with the no excuses?
Which one?
Oh, like I'm stuck in a chair.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
I'm in a wheelchair. I can't work out.
Can you blink your eyebrows over and over again 1,000 times?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Let's go. Give it to me. Let's go. Give me some more excuses.
I have a bad shoulder.
Can you move your legs? Can you tighten your abdominals up? Can you go side to side?
Yes, sir. I have a bad back.
Guess what? You can squeeze your booty when you stand up every day. Just squeeze and clench. It's a private workout. Nobody will know you're doing it.
I have a bad knee.
Your problem. You can still work. You can still work your arms, right? I love it. And the list.
Come up with one.
Give me some more excuses. Come on.
I have bad toes.
Oh my gosh. Is it ugly or is it broken? Like.
No, it was broken. It was broken.
Well, guess what? You can sit down on the chair and do a million different workouts. That's why I created chair workouts, by the way. Yeah. So it's funny because what Sifu is doing is awesome because, right, that's what we did on the show.
Yes.
Is that, you know, Dr. Oz came and asked me all these questions. Well, I got a bad back. I can't see. The sun is in my eye. Idea is there's no excuse I ever heard that I can accept. I don't accept anything. What's the only one I accept is what? Is if you're dead. If you're dead, if you're dead, I can't help you. At least I didn't.
Everybody uses. I'm too busy.
Oh,
you're too busy. All I need from you is only 5 minutes of exercise per day.
And what about if you're too tired? I'm too tired, Donovan.
Exercise helps to increase your energy and boost your endorphins.
Yeah. Which chair workouts?
Yeah, let's talk about
chair workouts. It makes it so easy, right? You
makes
can be
it
in
so
your office. I mean, it really does take the excuses away.
That's right. It does. You know what it is? It's fighting a problem and creating the solution. That's what business is, right? Mm-hmm. You find a problem, you create a solution. And so the biggest thing was what, like I told you guys, is excuses. I kept on hearing these excuses and those injury stuff. Like, you know, I don't have the time. And when I mention chair workouts, people think of like senior citizens. It's only for old people. Old people of stuff. I'm not doing that. Right? And it's like what? Give it a shot. And then I took a couple of Marine guys, martial artists like you, Sifu. I took really fit people, put them through some of the chair workouts. And when they're done, they can't believe what they felt in 5 minutes, 10 minutes. They're like, there's no way I did all that with a chair. So I put together an archive of like thousands of workouts that right now we're in the midst of filming about another 100 workouts with the chair, ranging from mobility to strength to balance to core strength and, you know, building stamina and all of these things from the chair. It's like, wow, who don't have a chair anyway?
Right.
You know, and I'm going to give,
right? You have an app?
I have the website, chair workouts. I had an app, but the app kind of said bloop because the technology wasn't up to par. So we're going to rebuild the app. But the website, chairworkouts.com, has been doing phenomenal. People are getting in there. They're loving it. It feels good when I hear people that had hip surgery or back surgery or neck issues. They never thought they'd work out again until they get the workouts. And the chair workouts, they're like, oh, my God, this feels so good. You know, the sad thing is pretty much is that every 35 seconds, someone dies of a heart attack in the United States of America. That means that from the time that we've been on this call right now, we've lost more than 30 people dead, gone. Every year, 300,000 Americans die from sedentary lifestyle, things associated through diabetes, through cancer, obesity, and all of these things. Every second, 106.5 people die in the world. That 0.5 is half because sometimes they will live, they'll survive it. So when I look at these stats, it's like, wow. But those are not the stats that really bothers me. The stat that bothers me is the recommended amount of exercise that we're supposed to get weekly. We don't reach that. We fail at that. And it's not like you need to do 10 hours of exercise. Do you guys know the amount of exercise you got to do? It's 2.5 hours per week.
That's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's like nothing.
Huh?
It's like nothing.
It's like nothing, but think about it. I mean, I want to just slap them. Like, what are you doing? Like, this is your life right now. You made me want to cry. I'm like, come on, man, get up and do something. Do something. Yeah. But, you know, let me tell you.
It's a day. You know, every day, 20 minutes, take a walk.
Doesn't take a lot.
All right. So you guys just said take a walk, right? People don't look at that as exercise, okay? Because they spend so much money. The fitness industry spent billions of dollars to get people to shift their mind from what real exercise is to what they make it. It's the jumping, it's the running, it's the heavy weights, it's the climbing the walls and look at me. Ooh, I'm so ripped up. Ah, look at those guns. That has nothing to do with fitness. As a matter of fact, those are the ones who are broken up years later. Exercise is created to take all the imbalances in your body and balance out your body. If you have a severe back problem, like I used to have, I have only a small back problem now. That means that your hamstrings might be too tight. That means that your lat muscles might not be working enough. But they're not talking about it. It's not marketable. You know, when you talk about balance training, what the heck? I'm not going to lose weight with that. So we lose sight with what fitness really is. Oh, let me stop talking so much.
Now you're so much more than just a fitness guy. You're a coach. I mean, you know, in every sense of the word. And you and I have had some very deep, intense talks about what it is to be your best. So share with our audience. I mean, we could really break it down and get into our own conversation.
Sorry for everybody.
Right?
Yeah, we want to speak English.
Audience, right?
Keep it so everyone understands. We don't want to be like, you know, astronauts.
No, we'll keep it real.
Let's get into the psyche. You know, what separates people as far as, like, you'll notice, like, some people can, like you grew up in a tough environment, challenges, you worked your way up, and you've been through all this stuff, and you look at life in a very positive way, but not everybody does that.
How did you learn that mindset, first of all? Because was it the martial arts taught you the mindset, or was that just in you? Like, some people are just like at a happy vibration. Like, I'm a happy person. No matter what, I'm going to giggle, whatever, even if I'm having my moments and I cry.
Right.
Like, I'm generally a happy person, you know?
Yeah.
But I always say that's my faith in God too. Like, I've always had a great root in that. So I look at things differently. So that would be like my start. Did you have strong faith? Because it sounds like you did.
Yeah, I do.
You do.
I did, and I do.
I mean, like, as a kid.
Yeah, as a child, yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, I grew up around Christian faith and Rastafarian faith. A lot of people think it's extremely different. It's not that different. No. Both faiths believe in Jesus Christ. It's just that one believes that Selassie was the reincarnation of Christ. But you know, when you look at life, what I learned about myself is I love challenges. I embrace challenge. I learned that actually, you know what, the martial arts is where I really started learning that. When my mom and dad couldn't afford to put me in martial arts school, and I started learning how to do martial arts from TV. I said, what else is there to do? Every Saturday morning, I was in my dojo. Let's go, baby. I was breaking up my mom's stuff, and heck, you guys don't want to put me in the school. That's what you get. And I'm teaching myself the hard stance, watching the tiger crane. I'm doing all this stuff, and you know, I'm a little kid, and it's like I'm teaching myself this, and all the kids who, huh? What are you doing? There you go. We got problems.
You wore a white thing, didn't you?
Yeah. That was hot. What that hot? I didn't understand that either as a child. Like, why they talk like that? I thought all Asians were like, why? Like, what happened? So there were kids in the neighborhood who studied martial arts, and we would challenge, and I would beat every last one of them. It was actually impressive.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and what I learned from that was, dag, when you want something bad enough, you're going to do what it takes to get there. And when you get there, you're not going to settle for there. Because what's there anyway? You get good, you get a trophy. What next? You just give up? No, you keep on trying to beat yourself or beat the next man that's better than you. So I learned that. But during that time, when I started getting the hits and stuff, when I got a little older and I started studying the V-Jitsu system under Professor V, and I got my hits, I was like, oh, that felt nice. You know, most people are afraid of getting hit. But it's like life. It's like doing those pull-ups, right? It's like, I don't want to do that. It's going to take too much work. I can't. That word can't comes up a lot. And when I started realizing how great it felt to get over that barrier, when you get that first hit, it's like, it's not as bad as you thought. Yeah. So that's my teaching lesson. That's how I apply it to life, man. I look at life just like this. I mean, you're not looking at somebody who's phony. Like, this is how I am all day. I mean, this
all day long.
All day, you know, and I wake up like this.
Huh? That was the first shift of your mindset, do you think?
Yeah, that was the first shift to my mindset. That's where, and I wouldn't even say it's a shift, right? Because my mind wasn't in a place where it needed to shift. My mind just enhanced. That's what it did. It was my enhancement. So I was able to see my superpowers. I was able to utilize those superpowers and say, wait a minute, you got it. Oh, this is awesome. It's like Superman. When Superman first started, he didn't know he could fly. He didn't know he was extra strong until he started visually kind of picking things up and, oh, I just broke this by mistake. Sorry, I don't know what happened, right? And I think all of us have the ability of superpowers, but we just don't pay enough attention to it. My second thing was when I started going into Jesus Christ and I started listening to Jesus Christ and reading the story, and I kept on hearing like, Jesus Christ is the Prince of Peace, the Prince of Peace. I'm like, Prince of Peace? Are you guys reading the same story that I'm reading? Like, well, you think Jesus comes to you like, my child, it's okay. You'll be fine. No. Jesus was very firm. He didn't play around. He got to his point. He was very direct. He was I call him a spiritual gangster. That's who Jesus Christ was. He was like, yo, your faith is as little as a mustard seed, my friend. Only if you had enough faith, you would have been able to move the mountains. What the heck is wrong with you? Peter, put the sword away, man. You live by the sword, you're going to die by that freaking sword. Put it down, boy. When I look at that, it's like, if the greatest man in the world went through what he went through, the denial, the betrayal, the beatings, the crucifixion, then what makes us think that we're going to get away and not go through any of that?
That's good.
You like that?
I like that.
I made it up myself. I made that up myself.
A show like that, but we can't.
No.
So your coaching program. Tell us about the coaching program. People want to work with you. What do they do? What do you do with them?
So my coaching program, I have virtual training coaching, and I have a lot of worksheets that people get, videos, they get phone calls, they get follow-ups, they get emails, they get text, they get workouts. I mean, they get physical stuff to follow. But what I love is the fact that we're building a relationship. They finally get someone they can talk to and they can actually open up to about the most.
That's a critical part of coaching. And I tell coaches that all the time, is the relationship you build with your clients. It's everything.
Yes, it really is. And you know what I'm gonna tell you? It's every coaching session is a learning session for both parties. It's learning for the coach and for the client. So it's not even coach and client; it's coach and coach. Because we all coach each other, all of us. So with that program, I really love it. I mean, I get to meet. I have a lady right now that lives in Hawaii, and she's teaching me stuff like kumu means teacher. I didn't even know that. I learned kumu. She calls me her kumu. I'm like, this is great. I don't want to call myself. I don't want to call myself Donovan anymore. Call me kumu. Sifu. I'm next to you now, bro. Like, call me kumu. What's his name? My name is Kumu. Kumu. It's like kumu. You gotta say it with a kumu. your lip gotta go kumu. But yeah, so with the coaching stuff, I mean, it's my platform is called My Green Living, and it's all about green. Green means to go. Green means to go and meditate. Green means to go and eat right. Green means to go and exercise. Green means to go and spend time with your family. When you think about green, you think about wealth. You think about health. You think about clean air. You think about everything that represents life, So that's where the name My Green Living come from. Plus my last name is Green. So I think it made a lot of sense to put that in there.
Sure. And you're vegan.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Yeah, I'm a vegan, baby. They call me.
It's like we'll have the same thought. Like she's becoming my twin. I don't know if you can tell.
You guys look alike. I can't even tell which one is which.
I need to wear one of these then. I'll be a master.
So that's awesome, though. So Kumu. Kumu. Kumu.
I forgot the question.
Wait. So what about the vegan? What about it?
Well, I was thinking, since I know this is so annoying to you that everyone's like, how are you a vegan? How are you still in such good shape? And I've read a lot of what you've, talked about, listened to what you've talked about. And you said you're leaner, you're faster.
Yep.
You feel better.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the stuff that you read is like, you need protein. So for someone who needs maybe like the cliff notes of being a vegan, like Vegan 101,
yep.
can you tell our audience what protein sources, how easy it is,
Sure,
what you're doing to eat? Because I think people think like you're eating like a carrot, maybe like a nut,
a piece of lettuce,
and a beet, and a glass of water.
That's crazy.
I just had like this whole other thing going, but I'm not.
That's all good though, but that's right. I feel my nose getting all runny now. I'm laughing, I'm cracking up. Like, I got it. Hanging my nose. Well, you know, it's crazy, like, because so I'm 6'2", 200 pounds. And when I'm ready to lean down, I'll lean down. I go down to like 190. But my strength levels maintain the same. My speed still maintain the same. I did boxing for a while. And, you know, when I decided to do the vegan stuff, many years back, I was going back and forth to vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian. That's when you eat fish. People were saying, yo, you're going to lose all that weight, bro. You're going to get slower, man. You're going to gain no muscles, man. I'm like, what do you see? What? I'm not going to gain no muscles. What's that right there, boy? You see those guns right there, boy? What's wrong with you? So I didn't feel any difference. Protein sources in everything. The biggest lie, well, there's a lot of lies, but one of the biggest lies that they put out there is that you have to have meats to get protein. And if you don't have the meat, you're not going to get complete proteins. And, you know, they have different types of protein, you know, different forms of amino acids are the basic building block of your proteins. So I put it to the test and I went vegan and went to 100% vegan. And I'm going to tell you, protein is in broccoli. Protein is in spinach. Protein is in quinoa. Quinoa is a great source of carbohydrates as well. It's excellent instead of having the rice that's loaded with arsenic, by the way. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Rice has nothing but arsenic inside of it. You know, you look at that and you're like, wait a minute, that's not the truth. I mean, I'm getting tons of protein. Right now I'm on a 3,600 calorie diet. Just started this a few days ago. So I want to kind of pop my muscles more now, get back into my training. And I don't feel deficient in protein whatsoever. My blood work always comes back excellent, you know, but that's because I learned how to do vegan the right way. A lot of people don't do vegan the right way. People don't go to vegan because vegan is not a diet. It's not like a weight loss diet.
It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle, right? And it's not even, you guys are like twins, man. It's not even like a healthy diet, right? Because you have unhealthy vegans who eat the same potato chip. Look at them, they can't even stop. And the both of y'all look at each other too. Lifestyle. Lifestyle.
It's like we're on a game.
He's crying. Look at Sifu. He's got tears. He got tears coming out. He's crying hard. Like, damn, man. You guys are awesome. Wipe your eyes, man. It made me start crying too. I can't help it.
Oh my gosh.
Use tissue Laughter is good for the soul, baby. I know your listeners are like, yo, these guys are crazy. What's wrong with them?
Donovan is too
You just gotta have fun. What's that say in the back? Love. I love that thing in the back, right?
Love.
Yeah, all the love that we need, man. Love comes through laughter, man. So let me tell you guys something with veganism, though. It's this lifestyle is a very, very awesome lifestyle. But I tell people, don't ever feel forced to be a vegan. I'm not one of those haters like, oh my God, you're eating steak? I'm going to have to kill you. I'm going to have to rape your children. I mean, they got people that say that. They go to that level like, oh my God, I cannot believe you're wearing that fur coat. Okay, you know, I get it. It's animal cruelty. I'm not into all of that stuff. However, I tell people, be a hybrid vegan. And a hybrid vegan is just save an animal's life. You know, have 2 meals a day that's vegan. You'd be surprised at what that does for the earth. You know, don't have all your meals with meats. Like, don't do all of that.
Can you give people an example of a meal like that? Because again, people hear the terms, they see stuff, they read stuff, they're influenced by stuff, but they may not really know what you're talking about and may really like, what's the answer to that? You know, give them an example of 2 meals a day that they can have that are
like
vegan.
A vegan one.
Sure. Here's an awesome breakfast.
Basic.
Okay. Awesome breakfast, right? You take your gluten-free oatmeal. The reason why I say gluten-free is that most oatmeal tend to be they get toxic with gluten. They're made in the same factory, so it becomes contaminated. So get gluten-free oatmeal. You take 1 cup of oatmeal, 3 cups of water, 1 tablespoon of organic peanut butter, 1 tablespoon of flaxseed, and you mix that all together. If you want to add some sweeteners to it, add a dash of brown sugar or a little bit of agave or maple syrup. That is a meal right there. And if you want to put some fats into it, you add some coconut oil into it. It tastes so good. I've never had a client that tried it that said it tastes nasty. They really, really love it. So there you have your complex carbohydrates, you have your proteins, and you have your healthy fats in that one meal. Of course, your omega-3s, okay, through the flax seeds and fiber. So it keeps your system regular. One of the things I noticed with a lot of meat eaters is that most of them is very, very constipated. People eat a lot of meat because if you eat a cow on a Monday and you eat a cow on a Tuesday and you eat a piece of pig on a Wednesday, your stomach is like a pet cemetery. It's like all the animals are stacking on top of it. It takes about 72 hours for that meat to digest out of your body. The first cow you ate. So the second cow was just chilling. Moo, moo. I don't know what's going on. Moo. And when you go to the bathroom, it smells like a toxic waste is dumped out of your butt. And it's like, what happened, right? Because the damn cow is stuck in your butt and it's like trying to get out. Did I get disgusting here? That's what I do. That's how I get most people to stop eating meat for like a day. So check it out. So
I don't eat red meat anyway, or pigs. So you know.
So check it out. So, right. So when I look at veganism,
Pork. You eat pork?
No.
Okay.
What she said she don't eat no. What don't you eat, Jacqui?
I don't eat red meat, and then I said I don't eat pigs, but I meant to say pork. Porky.
So the proper question to ask a vegan is, where do you get your B12 from? It's not the protein. B12 is mostly found in animals. B12 is not easy to gain from plants. So nutritional yeast, for example, has B12 inside of it. You know, so you have to know how to get it properly. Now, going back to the first question.
Where do you find that?
You can get that from any Whole Foods market, get it from any natural market. They'll have it, nutritional yeast. You can add it into your soups, into your salads. You can just do all that with it. The second meal.
Yeah.
A second meal is, I love soups. So we'll make peas. So we use red kidney beans and chop up carrots, onions, celery. We'll use turnips. We use, any vegetables that you could think about. We'll just drop it inside of that bad boy. Cook it. We'll use real beans, not the canned stuff. You know, we use the actual, you got to cook the beans for like 2 hours. You know, bring it back to the days. You know, we're so fast with microwaves and all that stuff now. Bring it back. Be patient. So that's 2 meals. That's 2 vegan meals. Give you guys an idea of what that is, how to get a good vegan meal into your diet.
Nice.
No, kale is a good source of protein.
Yeah.
And I've read that for people like with thyroid problems, raw kale isn't as good as cooked kale. Like it's better to cook the kale. Is that true? It's
hard to say if it's true or not. It's hard to say if it's true or not, because when you're cooking stuff, the reason why, when you're sick, what do they always get you when you're sick? Soup, right. And the reason why soup is because when you're cooking soup and you have all the vegetables in the soup, all of the enzymes goes into the broth. It's in the water. So as you're drinking, you're getting all those natural enzymes. So kale, when you cook the kale, you're getting the whole kale. Whereas if you juice the kale, you're getting only the juice aspect of it. When you cook the kale, you're eating the kale, so you get the fiber from the kale as well. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Right. So it's hard to say, well, this is better than the other. It's all about what works for each individual.
Now, I have one more question. What about getting, I do a lot of shakes.
Sure.
I'm a very, very big fan of the Quest products. My friend turned me on to them a long time ago, Dr. Joe Colella. He wrote a book too, The Appetite Solution. And I have to say, that has helped change my life, because I have a busy life. And then I would skip meals and whatever. And now I don't skip meals. I grab a shake, grab a bar, grab some protein chips, whatever it is. It works for me.
Good.
So you would obviously shake differently. Would you use a soy shake, or what do you do? Do you do shakes? Because I heard you say you drink a lot of smoothies. You drink a lot of juices. What's your what is your answer for the audience for something?
When you say shake, you mean like a protein shake?
Yeah, like so if you wanted to have a shake with a protein source in it, but you're a vegan.
Yeah. I use a product called. By no means, people, am I, endorsing any company. So don't go out there and buy anything that I said. So Vega is one of the companies that I love using. Vega is very good. I get about 30 grams of protein from that. As a matter of fact, I just did one that I was sipping before we started the show.
Me too.
Yeah, it was like sipping on scissor, sipping on vegan scissor. So it's really good. Majority of my diet, 80% of my diet is smoothies and juices. And people refuse to believe that. And they said, well, why do you do that? I said, well, the time it takes you to cook your food, you done killed a lot of time already. I just drop things in a blender and drink. And when you're eating, my food is already going into my bloodstream and my body's doing what it needs to do. That's how I keep my body lean. It's like, it doesn't need to fight so much. My digestive tract gets a lot of rest time. When I want to let my digestive tract work, that's when I have the soups or I have the quinoa and I do the solid stuff, So, but protein though, my shakes are normally based with the Vega or there's another company called BN Labs that I use. This company is another awesome, very clean company, clean products. And, I love clean stuff.
Me too.
Yeah. Our bodies are not made to become garbage cans. And we treat our bodies like garbage cans. We just drop everything inside of it. Everything in this country is celebrating through food. Somebody get a job, they eat. Somebody get married, they eat. Somebody dies, they eat. We eat for everything. So, I teach people to stop doing that. Look at food as information, not entertainment.
If you were going to give people 3 keys to really make their life better,
Yep,
to reset and be whole, what would your 3 tips be? Your top 3?
Wow, that's a good question. Let me think about that for a second. Number 1 would be gratitude. Spend every day being grateful. Spend at least 5 minutes being grateful. People say 5 minutes is a long time. Then that means that you have a long way to go. Being grateful is simple. You take a deep breath in and you look around and just look at everything you have and be grateful for that, including your problems. Don't always be grateful for the good stuff. Be grateful for the bad stuff too, because that helps to build your character. The second thing embodies 3 things. Second thing is your 3 V's, as in Victor, your 3 V's. The first one is valuable. The second one is valued. And the third one is value. What do you hold valuable in your life? Second one, valued. Are you valued by your spouses, your loved ones, your bosses, your children? Third one, do you hold value to yourself? Do you see the value that you're placing into this earth? So that's what I mean when I say it's 3 in 1. I get a pass on that? I get a pass on that one?
On that. That's good.
All right. So bam, boom, pow.
Bam.
So
double your money.
Pull-ups.
Double.
That's what it's about. 1, 2. The third one is, I'm not going to get religious because I'm not a religious person. I'm more spiritual. But the third one is to remember that God is in front of everything.
Yes.
Everything. There's not one thing I could name that God should not be in front of.
No.
So that's the 3. That's the 3 things I'll tell people to really stop and sit back and anchor their mind to that if you really want to hit that reset button.
You have a mantra that I love, and it is, your body is just a body until you make it a temple.
Temple, yeah.
I wear this bracelet that I had made. My girlfriend makes them, and they're called lifestyle bands, but I had her put my body as a temple of the Holy Spirit.
Oh, that's nice.
Because I wear these mantra bands too. Like, I don't wear everything all the time, obviously, but I like to I wear my chain all the time, actually. But but besides that, no, because I feel like you always need your constant reminder of what's up.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And then especially if you're going through a reset, like I always say, like, have things around you to remind you what you're doing, so you do continue to walk that walk. Yeah. Until it is a lifestyle.
Yeah. I love it.
Lifestyle.
I love it.
What do we have to look forward to, Mr. Donovan Green? What do you have coming up?
Oh my gosh. I have a lot coming up. Can I say it again? A lot coming up.
You're in the theaters now.
I know.
Yeah. I made it. Yep. Cheer workouts made it into the movie theaters. We went out to 5,000 plus theaters throughout the country. The biggest thing I'm looking to do next, though, I have a second book that's coming out. You know, it's a motivational piece that's given the stories of me growing up and how I applied certain things into life and how people can take those little stories and those little nuggets and apply it to their life as well. I'm very big on the inspiration thing. I want to start getting out there into the world a lot more, do a lot more public speaking, get involved with more people so I can inspire more people in person. In person, I'm crazy. You know, I'm all about energy. I don't want to hear nothing from nobody. It's like if I'm in front of 50,000 people, D, you nervous? Yeah, I'm nervous, but I'm gonna make somebody else nervous by looking at them. And, you know, like I'm looking at you. I'm going to focus on you until I get over the nervousness, you know? So, but the whole thing right now for me, man, is just spreading love, man, and just letting people understand that God rules everything. You know, I'm not afraid to get out there and say that. People, oh my God, how can he say that? He's offending people. I don't care. I don't care.
So one of the things in my book I talk about a lot is, and this is really like one of the real veins through the book, other than the spiritual weight loss,
sure,
is that you can love a problem away. Do you believe that? Yeah. I believe that everything can be solved with love. You can love everything. Any problem away. Yeah.
Everything. I've had moments where, listen, I've had moments where my wife was very, very nervous about for people. Because many years ago, I was that dude where I would come to your house and I would rock you. Dude, that's just my personality back then, right? Where I just wasn't that guy to play around with. Like, you don't ever threaten my family or do none of that.
Yeah.
And but there were situations where my wife was rocking, like, please, I hope that he doesn't do anything, right?
Oh my goodness.
And I say, yo, babe, listen. I'm just gonna love the individual. I'm gonna smile at them. You know, I don't want to be negative because love heals love, right?
Yes.
In the Bible, once again, you listen, darkness. How do you defeat darkness?
With light.
With light, you know? And how do you defeat hate? With love. You know, that's the yin and the yang. So I believe in that. Both of you got to stop.
Young, right?
I mean, like, both of you got love and hate. Like, together, you got to like click clang. I like it. But that's a great question, though. I love that question. I mean, we could do this all day, man. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, the love the problem away. It's so important. And if people put that in their core, and I mean, for me, it's definitely putting God first because he'll lead your steps.
Yeah.
You know, regardless of someone's religion, he'll lead your steps.
I love the fact that you said that.
Yeah, if you let him.
I love what you said, regardless of your religion.
Yeah.
You know, because I can't condone hatred for someone because they choose another path in life. I think that's crazy.
It's ridiculous because love doesn't have any of that stuff. There's no bad.
No.
And people forget that.
They forget it. They do. They do. There's an eternal life that's happening, right? And when God created each one of us, he made each one of us in our own expression. We're unique expressions of God. So when people say, well, I've never seen God, I'm like, look in the mirror. You know, look in that mirror. That's pretty much what God looks like. He's a reflection of you. So,
well, like in the Bible, we're made in an image of him.
Correct. You know, so get that together, you know. But I want to tell you guys before we wrap up, because I know we're coming to the end, but the average person has anywhere between 65 to 70,000 thoughts per day, right? And those thoughts tend to become very repetitive. They think about the same things every day. It's so natural they become numb to those thoughts, but they don't realize that those thoughts, in fact, becomes the cell membrane of your brain. And those cell membranes become all the other trillions of cells in your body. So if you're somebody who worries a lot, you're going to become that individual. Somebody who's always scared, you're going to become that individual. But people need to start learning how to shift that thought, get away from those 70,000 negative thoughts and focus more on more positive ones, right? And learning how to look at trials and tribulations as trials and tribulations. We all have a door path. We got to open up that door, go in the next room. Hey, yo, that room don't look so good. Okay, get out. Go to the next room.
Yeah.
And I tell them, if you got a problem with that, you know, think about life as a photo. It's like a camera, right? Life is like a camera. You know, you see something you want, you focus on that something, and you press the button and you take the picture, right? And then now you have to go and develop the picture. Okay, guess what? I want to lose weight. I lost 10 pounds. I took the focus. Now I got to develop that. Now I want to lose 15 pounds. Okay, guess what? Now you got that thing together. You developed it. Now, if you don't like the picture, guess what? You retake another picture.
Yes.
That's it. You take another shot. And that's how people need to start looking at their lives. Use the things that we have every day and analyze your heart, for example. Your heart does this, right? On an EKG, it goes up, it goes down. The heart does that. the heart is always there to remind you this is what life is. Life is going to go up, it's going to go down, it's going to go up, it's going to go down. Beautiful. But guess what? The heart is still beating strong. It doesn't stop. It keeps on pumping that blood through the lungs and pumping the blood to the brain and all that other stuff. So that's how I want your listeners to start grasping that. And I don't know who this message is going to, but I'm sure there's somebody out there that's hearing this and they're like, you know what? He's right.
Yeah, because if your heart doesn't stop, why do you?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Exactly. Give me a hug. Big hug.
Yeah, it's true. I love it. That was a good word. That was a good word. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Well, will you come on again, please?
Yeah. Anytime you guys want me on, first of all, you guys are doing some very important things. And I really want your listeners to understand the energy and the information you're bringing to them. And they need to get out there and spread that word, spread it. Let people know exactly what's being done.
Thank you.
Yep. Yep.
It's
See that
always
smile?
A pleasure. Always a pleasure, my friend.
Yes.
Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
You were an
Thank you.
amazing interview. And anything else that you wanted to tell everybody before you leave? And
How can
please
they
tell
find
them
you?
where they,
Yeah, they could actually, you know what? They could actually, most people normally give like a sales thing, but they could actually find me on Facebook. And I have a group called Breakthrough to Balance. It's a private group. And if they come in the group, I'll accept them in the group. And they could just tell me exactly, okay, I got, I heard you on the reset and I want to get in the group. So that's it. That's pretty much it.
That's awesome.
I'm not plugging any sales, nothing whatsoever.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Because I think people want to talk to people, but they also want to feel safe.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So, all right. Well, thank you, Donovan. You're amazing. Congratulations, and God bless you on everything you're doing.
Thank you.
Awesome, brother.
Muchas gracias. Well, once again.
Didn't you say it in French?
Well, bonjour means hello, and au revoir means goodbye.
I'll say it. Merci beaucoup.
Merci, thank you very much. Yo, listen, I'm Jamaican, so yo, big respect. You know what I'm saying? Respect. Later.
Well, I don't know how to say goodbye tonight, so I think we'll just say thank you for watching Reset. And you deserve to believe in you. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you.